Good evening and welcome to Hello It's Us. Hello It's Us is dedicated to educating the general public about issues that are important to people with disabilities. And we believe that as you watch the show, you'll discover that those very same issues are important to members of the general public. My name is Mike Honick. I work for the University of Iowa Center for Disabilities and Development, and I'm one of the co-hosts of the show. Keith?
I'm the other co-host. My name is Keith Ruff, and I'm writing a book.
Excellent. Hello It's Us is brought to you through a collaboration between the University of Iowa Center for Disabilities and Development, our friends at Uptown Bill's Coffee Shop, and the good people here at Public Access Television. And this evening, we're very happy to continue our series featuring the UI Reach program. Last week, you heard from program administrators about UI Reach and what it does. And this week, we're going to get to hear from 3 UI Reach students that are here in studio with us. We have Tyson Bedford, we have Matthew Sancher, and we have Cameron Ingalls. And we also have Dr. Pam Reese, who is the director of UI Reach, who's going to be joining us. So welcome to all of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us on.
All right. Well, let's get started, and let's ask each of you to just introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about where you're from, what year you're in at Reach, and something you like to do for fun. So Tyson, why don't you go ahead and start us off here?
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Tyson Bedford. I come from a small town in Illinois called Geneseo. I'm currently a second year in the UI Reach program, and pretty much I'm very interested in law. I'm hoping to get a major somewhere for law.
Oh, that sounds exciting. So I don't know who to call in a few years when I...
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Matthew, how about you? Let's hear a little bit from you.
Hello, my name is Matthew Sancher. I live in Iowa City. I am originally from Dubuque, Iowa, and I'm a biggest Iowa Hawkeye fan. And I was the first Reach Class student that I graduate in 2010.
So what is your prediction on how the Hawks will do in football this year?
Well, some are saying they are predicting we might be favored to win the West Division title again.
And then we'll run into one of those East teams and it's going to be tough.
Well, some they say either Michigan State or Ohio State, one of them can try to win from the East.
But this year, hopefully the outcome will be different if we get to Indianapolis.
Well, we'll see what happens, but we're supposed to be good again, and hopefully the team are going to stay healthy.
I hope so. Well, Cameron, tell us a little bit about you. This is your first year, right?
Yes, it is about my first year. Hi, I'm Cameron Ingalls. I'm originally from Marion, Iowa. It's a really small town called Vidalia, Iowa. And I have 3,000 people from there. And this is my first year at the Irish program. Students and how to find is to dance and act.
Cool. What's your favorite dance?
I like hip hop.
All right. And what's the name of your town?
Maynard, Iowa.
Oh, Maynard.
It's a really small town.
Yeah. Great.
This question is for any one of you. What is your favorite aspect of the program, Reach?
What is your favorite aspect of the program?
What do you like best about it? And for Cameron, that might be a little hard for you since you're just new, but
Yeah.
you've had a little experience. Is there anything, we'll start with you. Is there anything you've been here, about a week?
Yes.
Anything that's been really fun for you so far?
Just meeting new people and making new friends. Also do the car and go see basketball games too.
Sounds like fun to me.
Yeah.
Either Matthew or Tyson, something and Matthew, in your case, when you were there, what was the thing that you liked most about
Well, mostly for me, it was to live in the dorms, and I would meet some new friends, and then I would attend classes and activities, and to have fun at University of Iowa around the campus.
Great. It's like a well-rounded experience. Tyson, how about you?
Well, what can I say about the University of Iowa? There's lots of places to go, a lot of people to visit. Honestly, it's probably a really well-rounded college, let alone the REACH program is a pretty good program for anyone with disabilities, honestly, to attend. So I'd recommend the UI REACH program. to
It's pretty
anybody.
cool coming from an Illinois guy.
Yeah.
How about, let's ask you all this. What made you decide to come to UI REACH in the first place? That might be a little tough for you, Matthew, because it's been a while, but maybe, do you remember? We'll pick on you first this time. What?
Well, for me, what decided for me to come to the REACH program, because my parents found out about the REACH program, and they talked to me, and we decided to apply. And this was my biggest dream for me to come here.
Because you wanted to be a Hawkeye?
Yes, I want to be a Iowa Hawkeye fan and show everybody know I'm the biggest fan since I was a little boy.
All right. So that really made you, that was one of the big things for you that made you decide to come.
Yes, it was.
Oh, that's great. Cameron, what was exciting for you what made you decide to want to come here?
I had to come here because I want to be a daycare teacher, and I talked to my parents about to apply here, and then just have fun, and look about games, and meet new people.
You got a lot of reasons. Your career and your meeting friends, and
Yeah.
that's great. Tyson, you have anything that you remember that you'd like to share about what brought you to here? What made you decide to come here?
Well, I'm going to be honest to say that 2 years ago, before I joined the UI REACH program, that I had no clue that this program even existed. Well, me being an Illinois guy, that's probably obvious. But once me and my parents found out about the REACH program, we were so enthralled about the success and effectiveness that it's had on so many other students before me. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I came here and became a Hawkeye.
Have you sworn off all your allegiance to the Illini yet, or? No, you don't have to answer that question.
I plead the fifth on that.
There you go.
Just like a lawyer.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Which is your favorite aspect so far of the program? What makes it click for you?
What makes the program click? So anything different than what you said already? What I know that Cameron, you said making new friends and living in the dorm.
Yes.
Maybe you could talk a little bit about that, since that was one of your favorite things. What's it been like living in the dorm so far?
It's going good. It's going great. But we talked about your roommate and be clean and just have some fun, play board games, and go out for cupcakes or ice cream, look at TVs.
Man, you guys gonna get any classes in?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Oh, that's great. So the roommate's going okay so far, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that's great, because that was I was really lucky my freshman year too. I had a really good roommate, and that makes life a whole lot easier.
Yes, it does.
And Matthew, you said that just again the whole thing about making friends, and since you're our alum, have you Have you been able to stay in contact with any of those friends and people that you connected with when you first started at UI Reach?
Well, yes, I always keep in contact with all the Reach alumni students who are currently in my class, and I still keep in contact with from the Reach class of 2011 and then some other classes.
Wow, that's really amazing.
And in fact, don't you live with one of your classmates, Matthew?
Yes, I live with John Tai, who me and him, we were the first Reach class students. And John, he's also a big Iowa Hawkeye fan, just like
Oh,
me.
I see. I'll bet you. Go ahead.
So their whole apartment is decorated in Hawkeye gear. And every homecoming, what do the two of you do?
Well, if there was a football game and then there was going to be a homecoming, we host the alumni homecoming party.
Oh man, I'll bet that's fun.
Yes,
So-
and we're looking forward this year.
and yep, that's great. I bet a lot of people show up.
Yes, a lot of people can show up.
And you can watch for the UI Reach program to be represented in the homecoming parade this year.
Oh yeah.
Well,
This
yes.
will be something new for us.
Oh.
Hmm.
So will all the students participate, or is
Anyone that
that?
wants to will be able to participate, and any of the alumni that are coming back that would like to participate can march in the parade with us.
Cool. So go ahead there, Tyson. You were talking a little bit about kind of following up on Keith's question about, you just said that it's been a really fulfilling experience. Are there some things that you can point to, whether they be friendships or classes or internships? I don't know if you've done internships yet that really were a big deal for you that you really liked.
Well, going back to what I said the first time, it really has been the amount of friends that's really clicked with the UI Reach program. And sure, during my high school year, I've made some friends, but none of them have been really close to me as much of the UI Reach program is now, especially with Steph.
Could you talk a little bit about the community learning group? I know you got very involved in the theater class, and maybe explain what you did there.
Yeah, the theater class. That community learning group was probably, my second favorite thing about the REACH program. I believe there were at least 5 things that you could do in the community learning group. The one that I chose was theater. I got to act in a lot of scenes, a lot of monologues. I even got the opportunity to perform a monologue in front of the UI Reach staff
Really?
last year. Yes,
In front of the advisory board.
right.
Wow. That's a terrific accomplishment.
Yeah,
Lots
it
of
was.
lines to remember, huh? Or was there some improv involved?
There was some improv, but most of it was pretty well memorized.
Good job. I've always admired actors for being able to do that because I know I couldn't do it. I have all my little notes right in front of me here.
Yeah.
So,
Could one of you tell us what the community program is? How it got created?
how the REACH program got created?
The community one that Pam just mentioned.
The community learning group?
Yes.
Community learning groups are an opportunity for the students to experience something that they might do in their leisure time.
Okay.
And it's an opportunity for them to socialize with one another and have a similar focus. So examples of community learning groups were like the theater. There was a Legos robotics group
Wow.
where they used Legos to make robots that actually moved. They powered them with an iPad. There was a knitting group. There's a physical activity group, yoga. This year there's going to be dancing. There's going to be puzzles this year. It's just an opportunity for them to have another way to interact with one another and learn some things that they might do in their leisure time once they leave the program.
So it's exposing to a lot of different opportunities. And
Right.
Right.
Cameron, it sounds like the dance thing is going to be right up your alley then, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you know you were going to get to do some dancing this year with Reach?
I say no, but I really enjoy it. But it's really fun. It's like dancing, like talking, not noises around the community here. Not music very well, but I like to dance a lot.
Oh, you like? Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that that we've heard about Reach in our last show is that a lot of what you're doing is about getting ready to go to work. And in Matthew's case, maybe you've already done that. But we're curious to hear a little bit from each of you about either what kind of job you hope to have in the future or what kind of job you already have. So let's see, Cameron, since we're talking with you, and you said, I think you said something about being a teacher. Is that what?
Yeah.
That's what kind of teacher? Do you know yet, or is it too early?
I will teach 3 to 5 year olds, and I sometimes play with them and how to I contact each other
Mm-hmm.
and help them to read books as well, and it's mainly have snack time.
Cool.
So you're hoping to work in early childhood.
Yes.
So maybe you'll get to, I don't know how this will all work yet, but maybe you'll get to have a chance to do an internship at a program like that, maybe in the next year or two. Huh?
Yeah.
We do have several internships at preschool programs.
Oh, wow. That sounds like that might be a good fit.
Yes.
And Tyson, what do you want to do? What is your first choice of an internship?
Well, technically, my first choice, I'm not sure if it's even in the University of Iowa, but I was hoping to maybe get an internship at a place called Access to Independence.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
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 You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Keith used to work there.
I used to work.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe you can show me the ropes sometime.
Yeah. I'll be glad to.
Of course.
So Tyson will learn about where his internship will be on September 12th.
Oh.
Right.
How did you hear about Access to Independence?
I believe it was in one of our internship classes last
Okay.
year.
Great.
Yeah, it was on a list of probably about 200 places or so. It was a pretty big list.
That's great that there are that many places to choose from, though.
Yeah.
Matthew, do you remember where your internships were when you were in the REACH program?
Well, my internship was at the VA hospital in the pharmacy department.
Okay.
And then I did the VA business office. And I was also with the University of Iowa, the men's basketball team.
Wow, I bet you like that.
Well, yes, I believed I enjoyed my internship when I was a student there.
Now, are you working or volunteering somewhere right now, part-time or full-time, or what keeps you busy?
I'm a full-time at my job.
Cool.
And what is your job?
Oh, I worked at the Riverside Casino and the Golf Resort. I'm as a steward in the food and beverage department.
Oh, so you serve people, or do you clear plates and dishes and all that, or?
Well, my job is responsibility cleanness of the kitchen.
Oh,
We have to make sure our station area has to be nice and cleaned.
I'll bet you do, because I think those casinos are pretty highly regulated.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
So that's a very responsible job.
Yes, it is.
And how many hours a week do you typically work?
I work 8 hours.
8 hours a day?
Well, I would work the weekends and some holidays, but always like on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay.
So you've got, now I'm curious how you get there. Do you have, do you drive, or do you have someone, is there like a shuttle, or do you have a friend or something that takes you there, or how do you get to your job?
I drive my car, and it's about 15 minutes.
Great. So that's not too far at all.
No.
Terrific. We're kind of take a little step back, because one of the things that, for those of you who may not know, I went to a school starting when I was pretty young at a school for the blind, and then I went to college away from home. But you know, I remember for many years having to make that move from being with my family to college. And I know, Keith, you moved from the East. You really made a real big move.
Yes.
From was it New Jersey?
Yes.
Out to Iowa City, and I'm sure that had to be a difficult transition.
It was at first, but I felt so comfortable here. I decided to stay.
So I'd be interested in hearing from each of you, if you're comfortable, and we didn't mention this at the beginning, but if there's a question that you're not comfortable with, you can just say pass, or I'll skip that one. But I'd like to hear how that has been for you, about moving away from your families, at least for, you know, during the weekdays, and if that's been hard, and how you're doing with that. And we'll start over with Tyson this time, I guess, and work our way back. Was that a hard thing at first, or were you ready to jump in?
Well, it was, I guess it was both hard, and I was ready to experience some kind of independence for myself. First year was kind of rough starting off. I didn't know anybody yet. I was just getting to know my roommate, but pretty much in the end, as soon as everything started ticking in my head, I started getting a routine in check. Everything was starting to get a little more smooth.
And that's pretty much like any other college student, I think, right? You're excited, but you're a little nervous, and you know, I mean, sometimes you just have to get involved in things, and then it really starts to get better.
Yeah, pretty much.
Matthew, do you remember anything about that? Did you grow up here in Iowa City, or did you grow up somewhere else? Oh, Dubuque, that's right. So you had to make that transition to being on your own. How do you remember how that was for you?
Well, when I was a student here, it was not hard for me, because it was only about at least 2 hours, and I was not going to be worried missing my family, and I could talk to my family if I need something, or I can text them.
There you go. So you kind of had that all figured out. And Cameron, you're the newest person.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
How's that working for you? Is it hard being away from your family, or are you doing pretty well so far?
At first I was with my family a lot at friends back home, and I am excited to be on my own, living independent, so excited about that, and meet new people. I still miss my little brother, and he's pretty hard. He get in routine, no seminar, but he just free time me, say hi, how you doing? So it's really making my day, and talk to my parents, so texting them that I'm alright here at our city, and then to tell them don't be worried about me. I'm just seeing as I reach, but I'll be okay. But yeah.
Well, it is hard at first, but it sounds
Yeah.
like you've got some ways that you handle that already, and that's really smart, because that's, you know, I mean, being able to get in touch with them and let them. They're probably as scared as you have been, right? Because they weren't used to you being out on your own.
Yeah.
So.
This is the first time I have a brother go to another college, out of state. But this is his fourth year, but this is hard because I'm going to Iowa and they're playing rivals in the football games. So it's kind of hard, so I'm going to cheer for them too, and then we see how it goes.
Yeah, well, that's all right. That's a safe way to do it, I think, right?
Yeah.
Keep the
Yeah.
peace in the family.
So as we're thinking about the future, what do you want to see in the future? Tyson.
What do you want to do in the future?
Well, going back to the whole law thing,
Yes.
I was maybe taking up something in that field. Maybe I would, or hopefully become either a state's attorney or a defense attorney. I've, in fact, over the summer, I've interned in my, or at the Illinois State's Attorney's Office.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, already it seemed like a pretty good experience, so that's what I'm hoping to get into. in
Now,
the
have you
future.
taken any, let's see, your second year,
Yes.
right? So did you, during your first year, did you take any courses outside of the REACH program that would have been related to that or not yet? Is that coming up?
No, that'll be coming up
That'll
pretty
be coming
soon.
up.
Yeah.
So Matthew, how about you in the future? Are you pretty well set for now with what you're doing, or do you have ideas about doing something else?
Well, when I came to the REACH program, the REACH have helped me that I was going to achieve and reach my goal to live and work in Iowa City. And I have reached my goal, and it's going great for me
Awesome.
to follow my dream.
Sounds like you're following it well.
Why, yes, it is.
And Cameron, so you said you want to be working early childhood as a teacher. What other, any other,
Too
not even
many.
necessarily work, but what other things are you hoping for as you get older? And
I'll be an actress. I get older someday, and I really like it. And I did an acting class back home, in Iowa. So I did some musicals and screenplays and everything over there. I really liked it a lot. I keep doing it because I love to act. Because I got my mom's sister is an actress at her hometown, and my cousins as well.
So maybe you could be in community theater or something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you can go to that class or that learning group. It sounds like they're, so you've got a lot of things ahead of you with teaching and acting and
1 minute.
well, we're coming close to the end of time here, and before we kind of close down, are there any just kind of final things that either of you would like to say? We'll just start with Cameron, and it's got to be quick. But any last words about REACH that you'd like to share with our audience today?
There are many people to work with, and I got a advisor named Brian. He's really nice. The book we have me today, and it's really fun. I ask questions, and next I got everything ready for classes to start soon.
Sounds like you're really doing a great job of preparing to
Yeah.
get started. And Matthew, you're the sage. You've been at this a little longer. What comments or advice, real quickly, would you like to share?
Well, the REACH is a great program when I went there. And you should enjoy going to the REACH program to live in the dorms. We're always attending classes and require activities. And you should try to have an internship and get involved and have fun.
Great advice. And Tyson, finish us up here. What advice do you have for people that might be interested in REACH, looking at it?
Honestly, REACH is probably the, well, I'm saying this bluntly, probably the best place for people with disabilities to come and learn. I mean, you'll meet lots of friends, you'll see lots of places, the staff is fantastic. You're honestly, I bet you're just going to have a blast here.
Well, I want to thank all of you
Yeah.
for coming and joining us, Tyson and Cameron and Matthew and Dr. Pam. We
Yeah.
really appreciate you giving your time to share with our audience, and we thank our audience for watching and wish you a good week.
Have a good week out there. Bye now.